Hey, what's going on guys, welcome back to the monsters video. So in today's video I'm going to be hatching the monster Marley, getting it to rank 5, level 150. This was exclusively given to me by Social Point, so this is what the monster looks like. So once again, it is sponsored by Social Point, and I hope you guys are excited for today's video, me testing out this new monster. So yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's go on and get started. So once again guys, if you're new to my channel, go on and hit that red subscribe button. Also drop a like on this video to show support. Let's go ahead and check out this animation right here for the monster Marley. So he just holds a water balloon and he teleports, and what, oh yep, he teleports and she drops the water balloon apparently. Cool. And there it goes. That is 818 Marley. So anyways, let's go on and take a look at the stats. So this is level 100 stats. You get about 8008 strength. That strength, I mean, you don't really have to worry about the strength. I don't think this monster is an attacker. I've already seen it. I've already seen the skills. 6358 speed. So this is actually a pretty good speed, I've got to say. Pretty good speed. And then you have 86,860 life, of course. That life is low, unfortunately, but hey, your speed is good there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the traits. You have immune to possession at rank 0, so right away you have access to possession, which is actually good against monsters like Sensei Panikin, because Sensei Panikin has a AoE possession, but he is not immune to what's called stun, so it kind of sucks. He will get hit with the stun though. Rank 1 you have sunburn immunity, so basically it gives you immunity to sunburn. And then rank 3, True Vision, Status Caster True Vision. I kind of wish the True Vision and the Sunburn Immunity kind of swapped, you know what I mean? So you have True Vision as your trait and then Sunburn Immunity as a Status Caster. That would have been a lot better in my opinion. But anyways, here's the ultimate. You're a Waffler. That's what it's called. Deals heavy water damage to all enemies, applies guard down, and Mega Freeze to all enemies. That's a really good ultimate, I've got to say. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and, you know, feed it up to level 100. So while I'm feeding this monster up, I want to talk about a giveaway that I'm doing, not on this channel, but on my other channel where I upload Fortnite content. So if you guys, you know, enjoy playing Fortnite or watching Fortnite content, then I'm giving away the most recent battle pass, which is season 6 battle pass, to one lucky winner. So make sure to check out my other channel, which is link in the description down below all the way to the top. All right, anyways, so let's go ahead and unlock these runes for later, but let's go on and check out the skills. So here we go. Water grenades deals a moderate water damage to all enemies, applies freeze and drown. That's a really good skill, I've got to say. Let's see what else we have. Please tell me you have a remove positive skill. Let's see. Hacks enabled, applies true vision and positive effects protection to itself. The positive effect protection and also true vision. Nice. Let's see what else we have. Rainbow balloon deals heavy water damage to one enemy, applies freeze and drown to one enemy. Okay, and then you got yourself plant the bomb, which is a low water damage to all enemies, applies guard down to all enemies. All right, cool. We're gonna go ahead and equip that there. So I've got 4 skills here, but let's see what else we got. Pack opening. It's heavy water damage to one enemy, applies guard down to one enemy, requires cooldown. So you're applying guard down for 2 turns. It's a 1 turn cooldown and 40 stamina cost. Then you have a freeze to one enemy. It's a single target, and you also deal moderate water damage. So that's a 1 turn cooldown plus 40 stamina. You have a low water damage to all enemies, applies guard down. This is a spammable skill as long as you have the 35 stamina. And then I'm a shark, deals moderate water damage to one enemy. That's it. So you can continue spamming this as long as you want. So this is actually pretty good against CDA. If you get hit with cooldown activation, you have that 0 cooldown, so you can continue spamming this as long as you have the 30 stamina. One thing I've got to say is that mostly all of his skills, or most of his skills, are moderate to low cooldowns. Actually, most of them are. Look, 2 turn, 2 turn, 2 turn. Same with this one. This one's a 1, 1, 0, and 0. So that's actually pretty good against cooldown activation monsters. But one thing I've also noticed is that every single one of his skills are water elements, so you gotta watch out from other water monsters, corrupted mythic monsters or cosmics, doesn't matter. Especially against cryo crawler, you gotta watch out from that because he doesn't apply vulnerable or anything like that. Plus, I mean, it's fine because this monster is not really an attacker, you know what I mean? It's mostly just a denier. You're applying freeze and stuff like that to enemies, and also guard down, so yeah, you don't really have to worry about that, to be honest. Alright, so for relics, here's what you have. You have a mask and also an amulet. So for mask, here's what you can give. Here are a couple of options. You can go with Eeltron's mask. You can go with Jazzazar's mask. You can also go with Tally's mask if you'd like to play it a little safe. Start off with like some armor in the beginning. But to me personally, I think I'm just gonna go with the Jazzy's mask. So there we go. And then amulet, here's what you can give. So if you're going to Jazzy's mask, you can go with something like, for example, Scherzer's amulet, because together, once you hit your AoE free skill, you're also removing 50% of stamina from all targets. So you know, 50 from this, 50 from that, should be full stamina from all enemies, unless the enemy has like a no Ragnarok on their team or something like that, or another monster that just buffs up their stamina and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, you got yourself Jazzy's Mask here, and if you have Scherzo's Amulet, that's even great because you can go ahead and equip this. You can also go with Taina's Amulet, and there are a couple more that I like to mention. So Taina's Amulet and Scherzo's Amulet, I feel like those two only works the best. Frostbite's Amulet, not really. I mean, you can go with it, but I don't know. I just like Scherzo's Amulet the most, I've got to say. If you're running it with Jazzy's Mask, it's just going to be so good because when you're hitting your AoE free skill and also AoE guard down, whichever one you want to go with, you're going to remove full stamina from the enemy. And it's actually pretty good. I mean, we've seen it with the Monster Dratus, right? With his AoE skill, and he has basically the same exact relic slots as him as well. Let me go ahead and speed this up. And we're gonna go ahead and rank up our Marley. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and Ascendant. This is when you unlock a, what is it called? An obscure talent, okay? So an obscure talent, this is when you unlock it. Let me go on and equip this. So for those of you that have a Dispelling Fist as one of the obscure talents, go ahead and equip it. If you don't have that, you can also go with Unholy Vigor. So when the turn starts, if where your stamina is below 50%, gives that many points of stamina. So if you're running, for example, Scherzo's Amulet instead of Taina's Amulet, that actually helps you out there. So you can go ahead and do that. So this is when you get it to rank 3, and this is when you unlock every single trait, including the Status Caster, which is True Vision. So once you get it to rank 3, for the runes, here's what I recommend giving. You can go with full speed. Full speed works. You could go with 2 speed and 1 team speed. That also works. So it really depends how you really run this monster. You can even go with 2 team speed and 1 speed. But I'm going to be running this monster with Tabora. You can do it with the Do, because the Do is just great because you remove positives and you'll also trait disable. But Tabora can also remove positives and trait disable, but it's all in one skill, you know what I mean? So the Do is a better choice. You can also run it with Lindworm and stuff like that, or Vampira Straw. That also works. But yeah, the rune setup that I went with was 2 speed and 1 team speed because I'm going to be running this monster with Tabora. Alright, so take a look at this team right here that we're facing. It's a 150 Lindworm, a 140 Hardy, and a 150 Megatons, aka Bombetta. And so I'm running my monster with full speed, as you guys can see here, 19,000 speed. So I won't be taking in the first turn, but I should be able to take in for a second turn. And once I take in the second turn, I'm going to use my favorite trick and basically trait disable, and most importantly, get rid of the Megatons here from this guy. And then Marley can go in with 17,900 speed. As you guys can see, it's faster than Hardy, and I'm going to go ahead and freeze every single one of them. So luckily, Hardy is not immune to freeze, so which is actually a good thing. And that is why I wanted to do 2 speed and 1 team speed, so that I could make my Tabora go in first and then Marley next, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and fight here. And so you take in the first one, you're probably going to turn me into a baby. Yep, there we go. It turned into a baby. It's fine. So here, what I can do is right away, I'm going to use my favorite trick and get rid of that Megaton. You want to get rid of that Megaton because unfortunately Marley does not have any skills that removes positives from the enemy. So now I can go ahead and freely freeze every single one of them. And the nice thing is that I have, oh there we go, those 2 relics, right, kicking in and removing all stamina. But I wasn't actually talking about that. That's a nice thing though. But I was talking about the True Vision. So your freeze will always land no matter what, because you have that True Vision, you know what I mean? So that's a good thing. And now on top of that, you can go ahead and start landing stacking tortures. For example, I have my AoE curse, and if you want to run instead of initiation ritual, instead of running this, you can go with the amber dust skill. I think that's what it's called, right? The one that applies quicksand to all enemies. That's what Tabora has, right? So you can also apply that torture and continue stacking more and more and more, and you can deal a lot of damage, and by that time the enemies, they're all gonna die. So it looks like I think Hardy's gonna charge up, right? Because you have the drowned and also you have stamina regen. So yeah, you should be able to charge up. I could also go with True Vision if I wanted to with the positive effect protection. Let's say if my True Vision was going to run out, which it will in like a turn later, I can go on and use Hex Enabled and get myself True Vision again, plus the positive effect protection. So if they try to get rid of it, well, they have to get rid of that first. So they have to remove positive twice. Anyways, we're going to apply the guard down here. Scherzo's Amulet on top of that once again, even though I didn't really need it, but it just did it anyways, which is fine. There we go. They have to charge up. They have to charge up again for the second time, right? The first time they were frozen. Now they have to charge up because they ran out of stamina. So here, I don't really need to remove anything, to be honest. I can, you know, trait protect, I guess, with positive effect. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that for Bombetta, because if he tries to use Greater Times Curse, it won't work. Yeah, it won't get rid of the Megatons. So there we go. We do that. And here, I can use I could use hacks enabled again once again, or I could go with this. But since their freeze ran out, I'm gonna go ahead and freeze them again, especially the attacker, because the attacker is the main problem there. So I'm gonna go on and hit you guys with this. You came back, all good. All right, let's see what Hardy does. Oh, it's frozen, I forgot. Yeah, Hardy loses a turn because it was frozen. The monster was frozen. All right, so yeah, we can basically end up winning this if we wanted to. Let me charge up. Look how much Bombetta takes. That was a lot, right? Oh, and you ended up using Price Villain. I wasn't expecting that. So I can go ahead and freeze them again. I can freeze both of these monsters. This one's gonna die again, so it's gonna be gone forever because the Ural Acid already kicked in. So Linumer is dead basically, but then Bombetta's gonna be frozen, so you can't really heal yourself and stuff like that. I mean, even if you got a turn, he would have had to charge up anyways because of that 6 stamina you had to charge up. But yeah, I can basically use this, or I could go with hacks enabled, play it even safer, go with the True Vision Positive Effect Protection, but you just want to go ahead and hit them like this, so they end up dying very soon. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this battle because I mean, I can't win with this monster, right? But you guys see this, you don't really need an attacker on your side to, you know, win a battle. But here's the thing, once you get it to level 150, this is when you want to decide whether or not you should give in that extra team speed there. So now I have 2 team speed instead of 1, and I'm running 1 speed rune on this monster because I'm still pairing it up with Tabora. So here's the thing, I have 17,123 speed on this monster, and on Tabora I have about 16,000. So that means that Tabora is slower now, and that is not a good thing. So I want to go with, for example, 3 team speeds now instead of 2. And now with 3 team speeds, this monster gets a bit slower, but it's okay. So you have 14,599 speed here, and you have about 16,742 here. So that means that Tabora will take in the first turn doing the same thing, and then most likely Marley will take in the next turn. Hopefully the enemy's turn order will be like that, like how it was with Hardy. So it really just depends. But if you want to get it even closer, what you can do is, you know, pair up another team speed on your tank or something like that, I don't know, but let's see what we have here. So we have a 140, 140, and another 140. Let's see who's the fastest. 20,000, 19,000. That's not good. Yeah, no. So I will be taking the first turn, right, with 21k speed, but I can just remove positive there, and Marley has 17,000 speed, unfortunately. So I don't know about that, honestly. Maybe what I can do is, you know, remove one of the level 19 speeds and, you know, give in like a level 7 speed rune or level 6 speed rune, if that makes sense, just so that my speed is even closer to this monster. Now that I see a 21,000 speed, 70,000, okay. Alright, so yeah, it changes because I have my tank here, you know, pairing it up with my tank. But yeah, I don't think this battle will go in my favor, but we can give this a try. So let's just hope the enemy goes in with that wrong skill. Noxious Demon. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. That's fine. Should be fine. Unholy Vigor. There we go. So Unholy Vigor kicked in, you know, the obscure talent that I equipped earlier. I told you guys to equip. See, it came in handy. Now I have stamina here, and I can go on and hit them with the freeze and drowns. Remember, I don't even care about the days because I have True Vision on my monster, so I'm all good. Okay. There we go. Unfortunately, my stamina's gone now. That kind of sucks. But I still have 1 remaining uses for Unholy Vigor. Keep it in mind. I'm going to have to charge up on these 2. You 2 are frozen, so you sort of charge as well. Not really, but you just lose a turn. So here what I can do is I can go ahead and apply the guard zone on them. Just like that. There's this amulet kicking in for fun, even though I didn't really need to get rid of any stamina there. So yeah, now I have to charge up though because that was the last use of Unholy Vigor. It's just super annoying, man. It keeps on moving my stamina here and there. Alright. Now I can go ahead and start applying the torches, but I think you're gonna get rid of them, right? Yeah. So you apply the immune to torture and remove my positives, and I think it's gonna go down the hill here. Now I got hit with TDA. I'm gonna charge up here. I'm gonna have to charge up again. But if you want to run any 0 cooldown skills, I know he has like 1 or 2. I think maybe 3. He has a couple of 0 cooldown skills. So if you want to run those just in case you face these monsters with, you know, CDA monsters just in general, because you'll see lots of bases. Although these type of bases like the Tambora and the cooldown activation monsters and stuff like that sort of died, you know, because we've seen Reswain coming in with the restoring cooldown and also having that dodge area and stuff like that. It kind of died, but people are still using it. So yeah, you still gotta watch out from it though. some players still run these type of bases. So here what I can do is I can go ahead and apply the True Vision and Positive Effect Protection. There we go. I kind of wish I'd also cleansed everything on himself. That would have been really good. But it's okay. If you're running it with Zobora, you can go ahead and, you know, get rid of all those tortures. Gain your trait back as well, which is good. So what I can do here... Okay, everything's going towards that monster. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the Plant the Bomb. Alright. My favorite trick. Now I can hit you with this. Okay, you use Immune to Torture. You do have a Ural Ascent. I'll go on and hit you with the AoE Freeze. And you're basically frozen here. And I can actually just let you lose that turn. And then I could hit you with, for example, Solar Flare. And then you're going to come back, right? And yeah, after that, you're going to come back and... I mean, I could have won this if I wanted to, but I'm going to go on and leave because I can't. It's not fair for me to win with this new monster that not anyone really has in a game. So... yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and battle this player. Okay, so a 40 Lindworm, 140 Lindworm, and we also have a Super Fox with Bombetta. Should be super simple. Same thing, so you remove positives and trade disable. Age Overseer, no problem. And then here what I can do is hit them with Water Grenades again. So that's what you want to do. You want to freeze them ASAP. And you also want to remove some stamina, so yeah. I mean, if you're running Shares Amulet with Genzi's Mask, once again, it's a really good combo altogether. So this monster's relic just kicked in. I don't know what relic that was. Eldron's Mask. Okay, Eldron's Mask kicked in and removed some stamina. But remember, I have that Obscure Talent and Holy Vigor. That's going to help me out. So I can start stacking the tortures here. You know, all the dots and tortures, which will do a ton of damage each turn. So there we go. Okay. No problem. No problem again. Unholy Vigor just kicked in. And I can hit them with, you know, Plant the Bomb. And also remove more stamina. Because remember, Lindworm's staff kicked in. And basically regenerated all of their stamina. But now, no problem. Because I just went ahead and removed more stamina. And now you're going to die from the tortures. Master staff kicked in. No problem. You're going to die and you're going to come back. And Unholy Vigor kicked in for the second time, and that was the last use. But hey, that's all we needed. Now I can go ahead and hit you with Freeze, although the Freeze won't land. But I could just hit you for the damage, just so that you can die from those two tortures that are in there. There we go. So the attacker is dead, and once the attacker is dead, everything just gets a lot easier. So now you can start focusing on, you know, the Denier and the tank. But maybe first you can, you know, get rid of the Denier, because in this case, the Denier is just super weak. So I can just hit them with this, just like that. That's a lot of damage, and I could have ended up winning this one as well. So Marley altogether is not a bad monster, I've got to say. If you pair it up with the Dew or Zobora, it works out great. You can also pair it up with, for example, what is that other monster? Lindworm. For those of you that have Lindworm, which many players do, you can go on and, you know, pair it up with Lindworm. You can also do Vampira Straw, take it in the first turn, remove positives, and then this monster could do its thing. But yeah, overall, not a bad monster. I like it. But let me know what you guys think about him, okay, in the comments down below. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.